Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Planescape Torment on the River Lethe. We're going to head back into the Trash Warrens. We'll come back to the Buried Village because we have to, but there's some things I want to do out here first. We're going to check out the portal that I mentioned. It's not a side quest or anything like that. It's just a place to get some loot, really.
I'm gone.
But we like loot. And will also allow us to see a forecast of, hey.
Done.
Where is it?
Done.
Did they change
I'm
this?
gone.
Oh wait, is it over there? What?
I'm gone.
Okay.
Done.
Maybe I just had the wrong place.
All right. All right.
Okay. So we just gotta go north here from the gate into the Buried Village.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Done.
This is one of those times where it's sort of confused by the map. Because there's a portal up here. So we could see it from over there. Do I have the cranium rat charm on me? Oh, no, it's not the charm I need, it's the tail. I think I left that in the box.
I'm gone.
So now I have to go all the way back over there.
I'm gone.
Here it is. They won't mess with you unless you talk to them. Cranium, rat, tail. That's what I need. No, go back. Alright, we're running out of room.
Alright.
Should have probably done some selling, because you can sell not to Marta, but to another person in the town. Basically everything.
Alright.
I should have done that first. So now I'm not really going to have room for this stuff. Alright, now it should open a portal. There we go. Alright, and so these are cranium rats. There are a lot of them, and that is bad news. I don't know what the exact threshold is, but once there are around like 8 or so of them, they can start casting spells at you, and it's not good news at all. So my suggestion is to have each of your people target a different rat, so that you can get a maximum kill rate, thin out the herd as quickly as possible. I mean, they are very easy to kill, but you know, while you're killing one rat, it's not even, I don't know if each rat gains the ability to cast spells. And so you can just be hit by this terrible barrage of spells.
Damn.
Seriously, I got bit by a rat for 6 damage. That is super lame. And they all drop tails. There is a bounty for cranium rat tails in the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. You don't get much for them, but you can get a side quest, I think, by turning in enough of them. I mean, I think you get like 1 copper apiece, which is not worth a lot of money.
Alright.
But the reason to come here is for this. You can get a good chunk of money, and you can get some clot charms, a scroll, and these items. Like I said, we have like 0 room for any of this, unfortunately. What can we... Okay, we need to clear out some inventory here. This I can put here.
I don't want that.
I don't know why he can't equip this. These are teeth, damn it. Alright, anything you can drop here. You can put this in your quick bar. Go ahead and put this on. So you have 2 slots now. Okay. What?
Looks like death's come for the bill.
Oh,
you know,
the damn thing
I
was
just
trapped.
sitting here wondering whether you were gonna get up.
All right.
And then you have to go spoil.
Well, that was irritating. Never had that happen before.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead, since we got put back in this village. Let's go here and sell some stuff to this dude. Here's Quint. You see a short, fat-faced man who is covered in filth and grime. He smells bad and his teeth are rotten. He wheezes as he looks you up and down. I'm Quint. You new? Who wants to know? Me. You new? Yes. He looks at you suspiciously. You selling or trading? Yes. His eyes narrow even further. Dealing, huh? With me? With everybody, Burke? Which, huh? With you. Just me? Huh? Yes. Just with you. That's so, huh? Let's deal, huh? All right. And so you can therefore access his inventory. So these obsidian earrings, they're not really helpful. The stealth skill is not really helpful at all, so I wouldn't bother with it. Just sell these. Now we're going to be able to clear out our inventory of lots of stuff. So it's going to be very helpful. We have not identified this yet. So you want to be careful of that. Things that, items that aren't like total trash that are worth 1 CP are often unidentified items. So you want to be careful not to sell those. Because it will let you sell them, and it will only give you 1 copper, whereas they will often be worth, you know, just like they could be worth a couple hundred, 1,000 even. You have to sell 1 person at a time. So if I'd have clicked over to Morte, it wouldn't have preserved the sell thing. So we're going to clear out our inventory and make a pretty profit doing so. That's very handy. And you're going to need a big open inventory for the next part of the game. So it is definitely worth doing. You can see things get, you get less for them, I think. As you sell more of them, it sometimes looks a little bit like that. So it's best to sell them all at once in a batch. Jewelry serves absolutely no purpose other than to be sold. So you don't need to be worried about that. All right, so we made a bunch of coins there. You can buy various things from him. You know, you could buy this high-quality sledgehammer. You can buy various charms. We should probably buy... I don't think there's a way to buy multiples, which is kind of irritating. Yeah, you just have to buy iteratively here. It's good to have a lot of healing items around. That's what you're going to spend a lot of money on, frankly. So don't be afraid to do it. We don't have a thief, but you can also steal things if you don't want to buy them. It's of course risky a bit. He has a side quest that we can get into, but I want to go do this cranium rat.
All right.
Got killed by the damn chest. That's really irritating. All right, let's go back up. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So the one thing, in addition to like the restoration, I have a sort of graphics change on this, which makes it run at a greater resolution, so it doesn't have to be in like a tiny window pane on a big nice screen. But that means that some of like the scrolling features on the map don't seem to work, and you need to center on your character, which makes navigating a bit of a pain from time to time. I wonder if this trap's going to trigger again. That would be very irritating. And we're out. There's some down here, just like more fighting. Not really worth it. So let's get into the actual like side quests and stuff in the buried village. And that's what we'll occupy our time with for this episode. And then we will cut off just before we go and talk to Farid. Hopefully we can
I'm gone.
get a level out of some side quests here. Okay,
I'm
so
gone.
some of the side quests you can get but not finish for quite a while. The one from Quint is one of them. So let's go talk to him. Quint looks you over. What do you want, huh? What are you doing? Waiting for Marta and Farid to give me the goods. What goods? The leftovers from grave digging in the catacombs. What leftovers? Teeth, corpse thread, bits they dig out of the body, some coin they find in the bandages, huh? Folks pay more than you think, huh? I see. Tell me about yourself again. Quint, sell and buy, get it all. You want? Or maybe you want a job for me, huh? What sort of job? Gris. Gris the Vulture, called him. Left a fortnight ago, this past few peaks. Nobody seen him or heard him since. Catacombs probably got him. Lots of things in dark places down there. Not fortunate that Gris be in the dead book. Good collector. Blackheart. Got sharp nose for new crypts. Also, got something of mine. Find him and get it back, you get paid, huh? Give you jink and deal on junk, huh? It's a deal.
Updated my journal.
He snorts, appearing almost happy. It's a poison charm. Necklace of hollow teeth. Probably find it wherever Gris is. Let me know, huh? I will. Farewell. Alright, so that's one. So right here, there's Q Yin we can talk to. You see a drab man with a perfectly moon-shaped face. He looks at you without expression, and does not speak. He looks as though his voice would be flat as a meadow. Greetings. I hope you could answer some questions for me. What do you wish to know? Tell me of yourself. I once lived in a land of metal and machines, and doors that opened at a word. I dream of the pristine metal cities and the empty shells that are our people. I had a number and a name there. Now I have neither. Like all my kind, they are all I have. They are all I have had of my own all my life. They were stolen from me. Without them, I am nothing. I request your aid. Who has your name and number?
Updated my journal.
The one who used to be Radine. She stole them from me. I offered her the shelter of my name and number, and she stole them from me. They are mine, lawfully and by right. Find her. She is in the village. I'll see what I can do for you. And so Radine is down here.
I'm gone.
Oh, look. Village thugs.
Damn.
God, it's so tough to die, damn it. Stupid thugs. Dirty rat charm. Fine.
All right.
Can always sell things. Alright, there is Radine, so let's talk to her. You see a woman with a lined face in drab clothing. Her eyes are far away, and there seems to be a new vitality rising up under her skin, as if she'd been given a new life. There is a patterned tattoo around her neck. She starts when you speak to her. Eh? What do you want? I just wanted to ask some questions. Mayhap I got answers for you, and mayhap I don't. Tell me about yourself. Me? I got two names now, and I'll only show you one. Don't want you stealing the new one. You can call me Radine, pet. I'll hold this other name tight to myself, I will. Two names, huh? Must be nice to have them. I pop it, it is. The man who that name used to belong to wants his name and number back. He's dying without them. Her voice goes shrill. Well, he can't have them. He offered 'em to me, and I kept 'em. He never said nothing about no loan of 'em, and he never said he needed 'em back. He ain't getting 'em. You can go tell him so. He really needs a name. You tell him he can have mine. The name Ray Dean should be good enough for anyone. It wasn't good enough for you. Why should it suffice for him? It's a world of difference between growing up in a name and having someone else's, dearie. A new attitude behind an old name can change it all. See what I've done with this one? I'll talk to him about it. Very well.
All
Okay,
right.
so we go back up.
I'm gone.
We talk to Q-Yin. Have you located the woman with my name and number? She will tell you she won the name from me, but she did not. She stole it. I require my name and number. She is in the village somewhere. I have. She doesn't want to give it up. He pales for a moment. She must. They are mine. She stole them from me. I request your assistance. You're getting it. I require assistance. Any assistance you give me will be remembered with gratitude. Please help. Farewell.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
So you can talk to Radine again. She looks blankly as you return, and then shakes herself out of a daze. As she does, the tattoo around her neck squirms. You again, Cutter. I tell you I won't give the name and number back. Tell you what, using this name and number has increased my fortunes. I'll pay good money for it, and he can buy himself a nice new one. How's that? How much are you willing to give? How about a nice 20 coins? That should tide the wee dear over till he can get a new set, eh? Be a dear and go ask him if that's what he wants for it. Fine. I'll go check with him.
Done.
Alright, so back to Q-Yin. The despondent man looks up to you, a glimmer of hope in his eyes, yet he speaks as emotionlessly as ever. Has she given you my name and number? She has offered money, has she not? I cannot live. Money means nothing without a name. Get me my name. Has she given it? His eyes crawl across your face, watching intently. No, not yet. I'm still working on it. Farewell. He speaks flatly as you approach. I implore you to continue bargaining with the thief. Without my name and number, I am nothing. Very well. Farewell. So there she is again. Back and forth, back and forth. Her face crumples as she sees you again. He's refused again, hasn't he? All right, and you sure you've come back to take what's rightfully mine? Rightfully yours. You have no right to that name and number. You stole it. I suppose you're right. I've been a bad person, sure I have, and I can't keep this. Here. She peels the rippling tattoo from around her neck and hands it to you. She shivers as she does so. And you can tell him... Wait. And you can tell him his name now. He was and will be Q-Yin. Now, let me go. Here's some jink for your trouble. Buy something to keep you warm. My thanks, Cutter. She pockets the money, looking more drab by the moment as the magic of the tattoo leaves her. 'Twould be best for me to be leaving here then. And with the aid of the jink you gave me, mayhap we'll meet again under happier circumstances for the both of us. Don't steal any more names, Radine. Farewell.
Done.
Alright, now we can go talk to Q-Yin. The despondent man looks up to you, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Has she given you my name and number? She's offered money, has she not? I cannot live. Money means nothing without a name. Get me my name. Yes, she has. May I have them? Yes, your name is Q-Yin. Take your number. I thank you for my name and number. Yes. Q-Yin. Yes. But no. I now realize I no longer require a number here. I will find myself a new number if necessary. I give you my old number. It can help you. It is the mantle of law. It is protection. Do you accept it? Yes? Let it warm you. Trust in it. It will protect you. Farewell. He turns and begins to walk away from you. Whatever, dude. Wait, I had some more questions for you.
Updated my journal.
What were they? Tell me about yourself. I am Q Yin. I came here by accident. Now that I am here, I intend to learn more. I must know more. Good luck. Farewell.
I feel stronger.
Oh, yeah, we leveled up finally. He's like, oh, thanks for going through all that trouble, but I don't actually need this anymore. Ass. Alright, so level up. I got 9 hit points, somehow. That's a lot for a mage. We got... Crucially, we got a characteristic point. Let's see. Well, I said I'd put it in Dex, but there's really not... There's a little bit to be gained out of that here and there. I don't feel like, now that I've said that and bothered putting points into it, that it's really worth it. We should go for charisma. We should go for intelligence, because there's still some... So... No. Oh god, I have to go and do it. Fine. So... There's some further criterion we need to meet to get to the last circle of Zerthamon. I can't remember whether it's intelligence or wisdom to unlock the last thing. Well, let's go with wisdom. Wisdom is all around good. So you can see your wisdom surpasses that of mortal men. You gain substantial experience points. So I don't know if we actually get a benefit out of it directly. Here, you possess genius level intelligence. Your intelligence surpasses that of mortal men. So going above 18 is a threshold for being like supernaturally whatever. So there is no limit to the amount of spells you can put in your spell book, whereas there is for 18 and lower. I'm going to go for the intelligence. Okay, so great. At next level, we will get a permanent bonus to, I think, intelligence, just for being a 7th level mage, so that'll be good too. But that's a long way off. We need 20,000 XP. So let's see if we can indeed penetrate the mysteries of the Unbroken Circle. Nope. Oh, we'll have to wait a bit. And that is in and of itself worth a big chunk of experience, getting to that last circle of Zerthamon stuff. So, Ulthera...
Done.
I don't remember if she's here in the base version of the game. But let's talk to her. She's got a name. You see an overweight, older woman wearing tattered clothes. She seems to be wandering the streets aimlessly, cackling to herself. When she notices your approach, she gives you a toothless smile. Come to see Ulthera, have you? What can she do for you? Greetings. Aye, greetings to ye. She examines you casually and her smile broadens. Rarely does one such as you come to visit Ulthera. What do ye be needing? I have some questions. Ask ye then. Who are you? Did ye not hear me? Have scars grown over your ears and made ye deaf? She cocks her head to one side and begins to examine your ears. Bah, no matter. Ulthera be who I am. Ulthera the witch I be called. Are you a witch? She lets loose a cackling laugh that hurts your ears. Course not, ye Berg. Folks don't understand Ulthera. Think she's crazy, strange. A witch, that's all. I have some more questions. What are you doing here? What does Ulthera do? She frowns and her face becomes a mass of wrinkles. She divines things lost. Folks come to her and ask her questions. She finds things they ask her about. I lost my memories. Can you find them for me? She frowns at you for a moment, then holds out her withered hand. Ye hand. Give it to Ulthera. Take her hand. You reach out and take Ulthera's hand. For a moment, nothing happens. Suddenly, you feel another presence in your mind, probing into your deepest thoughts. The sensation is strange and somehow frightening. Instinctively, you fight back, trying to push the intruder from your being. You hear a gasp from Ulthera, and she releases your hand. Well? Aye, a strange one ye be. She shakes her head sadly. Ulthera doesn't know. Ye memories feel more hidden than lost, or perhaps possessed by another. A great gulf Ulthera senses. She sighs. Ulthera cannot help ye. Ye are beyond simple means. I don't understand what you're just talking about. What do you mean? She snorts and shakes her head. Ulthera understands less than ye do. Forgive an old woman. Ulthera cannot help ye. What are you doing? I have lost my name. Can you find it for me? She frowns at you. Let's see if it's just the same thing again. It'll be a little bit strange. Aye, a strange one ye be. Ulthera doesn't know. Ye name not lost, but given up freely. Nameless ye are, and nameless ye shall stay. A choice ye made. Ulthera cannot help. Don't understand. Okay, I have some questions. What can you tell me about this place? She glances about and smiles. This be Farad's realm, the buried village it be called. Sigil lies above, the catacombs below. Nothing more does Ulthera know. Tell me about the catacombs. She looks worried. Crypts of the dead they be, weeping stone they be called. The dead rest uneasy there. Walk the halls they do. Care ye should take if ye go there. She points vaguely. South and east, there ye need to go if ye seek the weeping stone. You mentioned Farad. Where can I find him? North and east, there ye need to go. Ulthera knows not where exactly. Guards Farad has, so guards ye should seek, if ye find guards. Farad is sure to be near. I must be going. Farewell. So she's just a little
Done.
character to, add to the sense of weirdness about yourself.
All right.
See if we can find anyone else interesting to talk to.
All right.
Some stuff to loot. Bandages, punch daggers, sure, whatever. Alright, those are guards. That's where Farad is. Here's Uuuugggh. This sour-faced, middle-aged man starts when you approach him and reaches for his belt. Finding no weapon there, he simply backs away from you. You can see that beneath his collector's robe, his lower legs and forearms are swathed in filth-encrusted bandages. What you want? Just the answers to some questions. He nods, but says nothing. You're covered in bandages. What happened to you? Well, I got bit up by a ghoul down below while I was looking for stuff to sell off. Down below? He nods his head. Down in the catacombs where all the debtors is. Say, you going down there anytime? Perhaps. Why? 'Cause I lost my lucky knife. He grunts angrily. He's been with me for years, right here. He points to the empty sheath on his belt. So, what happened to it? I was poking about in the catacombs and ran smack into a ghoul. Must have been a straggler, 'cause there's usually more than one. He bit at me face, so I covered it up with my arms and stabbed it in the eyes. It dropped a bit and bit at me leg for a while before I shaked the piker off and made back up here quick. Quite a story. I'll bring back your knife if I see it down there.
Updated my journal.
Would ya? I'd be grateful, so I would. It's got me name carved into the handle. Alright, I'll take my leave. Farewell.
Done.
Okay, so we got our quest from Quint. Got our quest from Uuuugggh. We did the number thing. Let's see. Anything else I want to do? We can go into this house. this guy here, Uuuugggh. You see a burly man with a slack jaw. The spark of intelligence is, in his eyes, a little more than a brief flare. Who are you? He blinks at you. Point at him. Who are you? Uuuugggh. Okay, Uuuugggh. I had some questions for you. Uuuugggh just stares. What are you doing? Uuuugggh, talk. He stops abruptly and begins massaging his hand. Examine his hand. There is a small, inflamed scab on his skin. As you watch, he peels the scab away again. What happened to your hand? Bit. Who bit you, Uuuugggh? Uuuugggh looks toward one of the walls, and then turns back to you, eyes narrowed, and the corner of his mouth twitching. Who you? You leave. All right. Farewell. There's something going on in here. I'm not quite sure if you can get any XP out of resolving it in any way, but we're going to leave it for now.
All right.
And let's go ahead and go into into Ferod's caverns here, his court. So there's a lot of empty space in here.
All
There's
right.
not really much call to look around. And here is Phwop, for whom we have been searching for quite some time. Let's have a chat. Before you is an elderly man leaning heavily upon a crutch. His left leg is twisted, as if he tried to walk in two directions at once and paid the price. His maggoty-colored skin is bunched heavily upon his skull and is flecked with liver spots. He's mumbling and smacking his lips as his eyes make a circuit of the room. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Aha! The man's eyes light up as he hears your voice. Let me see. How do I want to do his voice? I could do like Deckard Cain here. Tisn't my... How did it? Stay a while. Listen. Tisn't my steady crop of chink come to Ferod's waiting arms again? Greetings, corpse. He smiles a wicked grin. Have you come to ask Phwop for another jaunt into the mortuary walls? Nah, I don't like that voice. Let's see. Phwop, I've come for information. I've been told that you know something about me. Let's see. Know something about you. The light in Phwop's eyes dim. He studies you, mumbling slightly as his eyes flicker up and down your frame. Corpse? No. Yes? His eyes meet yours. Ah. No. Phwop. What is it? Phwop's studying you with a dead even gaze. 'Tisn't a mummer's fair, corpse. No time for games. No time for Phwop to play the wheel. What are you asking such questions for? I have forgotten myself, and I was told to seek you out, that you would know something of me. Phwop licks his lips. They make a rasping sound, like dry parchment on sand. Now, who told you such a thing, corpse? Well, Let's go for flattery. Who needed to tell me such a thing? Are you not Phwop? Ah, so little said, so much told. Phwop falls silent, and suddenly, you have a feeling that Phwop is dissecting you, like a corpse on a mortuary slab. I know much you would know. Much, yes. Much indeed. Phwop smiles slowly, the folds of flesh on his face peeling back like a curtain. What do you know of me? Phwop licks his lips, then settles himself upon his crutch like a vulture. No, not free, the question you ask. His pasty white hands tap on the edge of his crutch. Much I can tell you, but the telling has a cost. Go on, Phwop. Phwop taps the flagstone with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath Ragpicker's Square. Yes? Chambers, vaults, corridors filled with the dead, all asleep in their coffins. Somewhere in those halls, somewhere there lies something misplaced, something mine. What is it? A small thing. A trinket. Such a trifle. As Ferid speaks, his words start echoing as if two people were speaking. You know you've heard them before, from your own lips. It's a sphere of bronze. A sphere made of bronze. Ugly. Feels like an egg to the touch, and it smells of rotten custard. Am I right? Ferid falls deathly silent for a moment, then nods. Yes. How much do you hide from me, corpse? Did you return to see if I remember what it is I want? Do you know where the sphere is? Ah. Ferid sighs like the shifting sand. And why do you suppose I ask you to look for it, corpse? I do not know where it is. I know it is buried deep, far deeper than any villager has ever gone. It may be in the catacombs where the waters run deep, deep. Why don't you get one of your collectors to search for it? Because the corridors need no more dead from this village. Strong, fast, clever, these are qualities my villagers do not have. They go below, they do not return. Ferid glances at you. Perhaps the dead will welcome their own. That's what I think, corpse. Very well, I'll do it. But I want to know what I'm buying with this trinket. There's a lot of knowing rattling around in my brain box, corpse. He holds a withered finger. One of them is this bit of wisdom. Everyone wants something, whether they know it or not. There is much I know about you, much that you would want to know. Okay. Very well. I'll see about finding the sphere for you, in exchange for what you know. Very well. A deal struck, a deal made. Ferid cracks his crutch sharply against the flagstones. A sphere for a peek inside my brain box. Now, corpse, there is no time to waste. Go to the gate at the south and east and tell those slumbering fools to open up for you. Make haste, make haste! Hold a moment. I had some other questions for you before I leave.
Updated my journal.
Then ask! Ferid smacks his crutch on the cobbles as if passing a sentence. Come, come, corpse. Time's short, and so's my patience. When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? You tell me, corpse. Perhaps the dusties that live there are more to your liking than some of sweet-bosomed wench. Ferid taps his crutch on the floor, the clacking echoing throughout the court. Most forgiving of the dusties to let you stride in and out of there as you please, considering you don't have the decency to stay in the dead book. I wanted to get into the mortuary, but why?
Updated my journal.
Ferid scoffs. Corpse, you were so bent to get in there, now you spill that you don't even know why you wanted there in the first place? Sometimes it's a wonder why the planes turn. Never mind. What is this place? Ferid's eyes roll in his sockets, scanning across the ceiling, walls, and then floor. This here is Illwind Court. Not a name of my choosing, thank you kindly. And the kip outside court is Buried Village, corpse. What is the Buried Village? Well, now there's a story. Ferid licks his lips again, then shrugs. But to tell true, the story bores me. The short of it, it's a piece of the hive that got bricked over one day. A piece of sigil got penned in the dead book. What do you mean? You know them floating goat heads that serve the lady, them dabbuses? Well, no matter if you do or not, they go all round fixing, breaking, burying, building all the time. Do you follow? Yes, go on. Well, as the chant goes, a dusty chant it is too, being so old. Them dabbuses just damn well bricked over a section of the hive one day, and all bodies just forgot about it. Dump a lot of trash on it, and soon nobody even knows it's here. Ferid smiles. Wicked, no? A piece of sigil, all forgotten. How did you find it? I still have my eyes, corpse. I still have my ears, and when you have enough sense to tie the two together, then finding the dark of any matter is not as hard as some make it out to be. Pharid rubs his filthy cloak. Now, was there something else you wanted to pick my brain box about? You didn't just come here about this rag hole, did you? When I awoke in the mortuary, I was missing a journal. Do you know where it is? Pharid squints at you, the folds of flesh coming down almost over his eyes. A journal you had when we spoke last. Has it lost itself? These eyes have not seen it, but keep them peeled, I will. I would love to read such a magnificent work. I once heard I heard a tale of a man named Pharid, a king of rags. Pharid's left eye widens, so that you can't tell whether he's doing it or whether the folds of skin are just peeling back. That's so. Sigil be a berg of tales it is, but any involving Pharid can't be one these ears wouldn't want to hear. He looks at you with mock suspicion, then grins. Become a tale-teller, have you, corpse? The tale is a strange one. It tells of a man of position and wealth who had everything, and then discovered he had nothing. Pharid's grin freezes on his face, and his eyes take on a strange, fiery gleam. Are you certain you wish to tell this tale, corpse? Maybe you won't like how it ends, eh? The man was such a liar, a cheat, that he twisted himself into a corner. He discovered that when death would come for him, it would take him to a terrible place. Pharid's grin dies. He licks his lips. He looks frightened. He was determined to avoid such a fate, so he desperately looked for a way out of it. He would cheat fate as he had cheated others. Pharid's face twists as if he swallowed something unpleasant. He found an answer, or he found a place to look for that answer. He was told to search the trash of Sigil for that which would let him escape his fate. Now, Pharid, perhaps you can tell me how the story ends. Pharid's face breaks into a snarl. It has no ending, not for I. You watch as blood fills his features. Now, a tale do I have for you, corpse. Pharid's finger lashes out at you, bent like a herder's crook. A corpse comes to Pharid's court, ripe with stench and promises, claiming he would find that which Pharid needed. But what does he bring? Nothing. Promises broken, corpse. Do you deny it? Say that you do, for it means you have lied to me, and I will die because of it. I am searching for it, Pharid. When I find it, I will bring it. No promises have been broken. Lies that lead to the death of another are the blackest thing. Pharid taps his crutch, wheezing slightly. You'd best keep your word, corpse, else the plains will grind you like a miller's wheel. I'll keep that in mind. I have other questions for you. I've heard you found a wealth of bodies, Pharid. Where do they come from? Does a mage tell the secrets of his craft? So it is with the collector. Pharid frowns, studying you. Perhaps I will tell you, but you must promise that it is for your ears only. Forget it. I must take my leave. Farewell. So, we do need to know that, but if you have sufficient charisma, you can get it out of them without having to make any promises, which doesn't matter necessarily.
I don't trust the Gith.
Right.
Leave him behind.
Unless you're trying to maintain a particular alignment, because making a vow gives you a lot of lawful points, and then if you subsequently break that vow, you lose a ton, right? So make a vow and tell truth, give you lawful points. And then if you subsequently go against that vow or lie on the same topic, you can lose a lot of points towards lawfulness, which matters only if there are certain items that you can only use if you're lawful. So it is something to think about. I'm not particularly worried about any of that, but I just like using the special conversation options that come with having a sufficient ability score. So I can come back and do it later. All right, we're going to cut this episode off here. We've been given our task for Farad. We must go down into the Weeping Stone Catacombs, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to do there. We'll see how well we fare. We need to get Dakon healed up before we go down there. There's a bit of combat to do, so we may have a little bit of trouble. We won't get to do it all at once, and there's 2 significant subsections in there, so we'll have to see what approach we will take to it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the thumbs up button. If you would like to see more of this content from me, then please subscribe to my channel.
Let's shake a leg.
If you're not going to do... Be quiet, Morty. If you're not going to do either of those things, then, well, I don't care what you do.